Hello everyone, today I'll be reviewing the Canis Seminole Frontier based on the Jeep Cherokee XJ produced between 1984 to 1996. It is a removed website car and can no longer be purchased through the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website. It's in the SUVs class, but it also rightfully deserves to be in the off-roads class, as I'll show you after the customization. But other than that, the customization is really good. I can't. This vehicle might be maybe about 4 to 5 years old at this point as a DLC car. Its customization is still pretty good. It's still decent for what it is. You know, the exhausts are pretty fine, and you could do a lot of builds with it. When I was customizing this, it was really tricky. You know, even with the research that I did to really go with what I wanted to do. This is my second Canis or Seminole Frontier. I'm not really much of a big fan of these crazy builds, but since this is my second Seminole, I might do something different. The front bumper customization or options are still pretty plentiful. You can really do a lot, as I said, a lot of mishmash or different options. The primary bull bar looks good, but it's unfortunate that it has the covers on the lights. I guess Rockstar couldn't program that for some reason, or maybe they didn't add another option. For the grill, this one was kind of tricky. When I was recording this, I chose the box grill, even though the Canis grill is a lot closer to the real life XJ. But of course, you can choose whatever you want. The deflector option is pretty cool, so I decided to go with that one. Not many vehicles have that. For the hood, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. If you want to do like a sporty build, you can get this SUV really low. Put some big rims on it if that's your thing, big wheels. But I'm not gonna do that. And the lights come stock in like a whitish blue. The liveries are pretty cool. I'm not the type of person that chooses liveries, as some of you already know. But it's very period correct for what this car is. You know, it was available throughout the 80s. And of course, other aftermarket type of liveries look pretty good. The camo. The rust, I'm not really a big fan of these rust liveries. It looks way too rusty. I mean, it's old, but it's not that old. And the two-tone camo looks pretty cool. Of course, the off-roader livery is pretty nice, but I wouldn't do that. And this too. The mirror options, you could do it a bit separate if you want to do that. The mud guards, I'm not really a fan of them, so I'm just going to leave them off. For the respray, that part was pretty tricky. It would be really easy if I just chose a red or a white and just called it a day. But I really wanted to challenge myself a little bit, see what other colors could look good on it. This was also sold in like a brown color, but that would be kind of boring. I might as well show you the other colors available while I was at it too, but I settled for like a green color. I should have went for an olive, but I went for like a dark green. To kind of go for a bit of that military or Jeep type of look from the past. But I was thinking about putting a red on this But I didn't want to go for a red since I feel like I've been doing that a bit too much lately. And since I already have one of these in red, I might as well just do something different. Of course, you could do whatever you want. Like if you want to go for something really aftermarket or just something out there. I'm sure most players like to do that. Like the roll cage options are pretty cool. I wouldn't do that. I feel like it kind of takes up a lot of space. I mean, it does. I'm not really sure if it like messes up the rear seats. I don't think it does, but it's not really my thing. But I'll tell you something. It does look good on it. If you want to make it like a real serious off-road type of build. The light bar looks pretty cool. It does work, as I'll show you later. But everything's pretty very well, like it fits this car. It's just a shame that there's caps that blocks one of the light bar options. The side steps are cool, but I feel like it's already low enough, so I don't want to ruin the ground clearance. I like the pipe steps, but like I said, they seem a bit too low. You can lower the suspension a lot if you want to do that. If you want to go for a sport build, you can do that. If you want to go for an off-road build, that's still possible. It's a shame there's really no kits to make it taller or a lot lower, but it's still fine enough if you want to do that. Either or. Of course, for the wheels, it was kind of tricky. There's a lot of off-road wheels that look really good on it. The concave vibes look really great, but I've already used this before on a previous video, so I don't want to reuse it. The ridge climbers look good too, but I don't know. I feel like they're a bit too sunken in compared to the concave fives. The concave Steely does look good. I feel like it fits this SUV very well. Like it fits its character. Lightweight Steelies are also a good option, but it looks a bit too deep dish for a Steely. So concave Steely's alright enough. For those of you that are new, once I'm done with the customization, I'm going to give you a closer look of the engine model and then the interior. And just give you like a better look of the car, better, more angles than what you can see here right now. So once I'm done with the tents, I'm going to get straight into it, and then I'm going to talk about the performance. The inline 6 engine looks very strange. It looks like a mix of high quality and low quality. It really could have been done better, um, but other than that, even the generic SUV engine fits this truck very well, this SUV. It's very boxy, just like the real life version. Even though it's I'd say very cheap and reused, in many cars that shouldn't have that engine model, it does work in this one. Um, Not that it really matters since most of you guys don't really play in first person. The outer shell of the SUV looks good. Unfortunately, it was raining, so the color doesn't really shine that well during the rain. The performance and handling is acceptable. To me, it feels like it's borderline slow, but it does take the corners very well. It doesn't spin out at all. You can take a corner very quickly without worrying. Since this is a small SUV, you wouldn't really struggle so much. As you can see, even in the rain, like it's not so bad. It's not slippery. I've had experience with this SUV before. It's decent. If you're looking for performance, this really isn't a choice for you. but it is a really good off-roader, as I will get to it in a bit. I just got cut off there in the footage, but it is what it is. It always happens. NPCs are always like very annoying. They always get in the way and stuff. But as you can see, I'm having a bit of fun sliding. It doesn't have to be super fast to be fun, guys, just so you know. It's still fun. The Seminole Frontier shines best when it's off-roading, as you can see. It really deserves to be more of in the off-road category than an SUV. Yes, it is an SUV, but it's very good at off-roading. Very nimble, it's very fun. I don't, like, you can't roll over in this thing at all. Like, it's just great for what it does. Um, you can get across all these bumps and all this rough terrain relatively quickly. I feel like it's a bit faster over a regular road. Like, it performs a lot better than just taking the normal road paths. Um, man, but I just like it. It's very good at what it does. I probably repeat it a million times, but it's just a lot more fun if you go off the trails. A lot better. As you can see, I provided you with a lot of good examples here. Also, steep hills, steep inclines, anything you can think of, it can do it very well. And that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching.